Right foot to Coffin! Doncaster Rovers have done it!
Hello there guys, I am the CHALL, your Doncaster Rovers fan channel, and welcome to this match review. Rovers 0, Gillingham 1. Yeah. I think that's now, what, winless in 3? 2 or 3? The gap is, this is the most frustrating thing, right? The gap is, I think, still 4 points, or 5 points, one of the two. I think it's 4 points. But once again, we didn't turn up. Against a Gillingham side that we knew what they were going to do from the start. Nick a goal early, sit back, time waste, do everything they possibly can to hold on to it for the rest of the game. It just seems to be the Gillingham philosophy. Steve Evans got it for a while. Neil Harris has got it. That seemed to be the game plan, because they knew our goal scoring record is horrible this season. So they know we would struggle to put even one goal past them. So they got the goal early. I was surprised at how early, but they got the goal early, about 30 seconds into the match. And there was nothing. Just nothing for the rest of the game. It was one of the most boring football matches to watch. Gillingham weren't great, but they did enough. And sometimes in 6 pointers you need to just do enough. We didn't, they did. They deserved the 3 points in my opinion. Should it have been a draw? I don't think we were good enough. I don't think we were that good than Gillingham. I think Gillingham were better than us. They weren't amazing, they weren't great, but they were slightly better than us. So they edged it. They deserved the 3 points. We didn't deserve anything from that. First half there was no attack. Second half, a little bit more fight, but still hardly any attack. Little spells here and there in the second half, but apart from that, nothing much. I'm not taking any credit out of that second half. Oh, we moved forward a little bit and created some certain spells. You know, Gary McSheffrey came out and said, oh, we had some certain spells, played well in the second half a little bit. I agree with that, but I'm not taking any credit out of that. If I were manager, I'd be saying, yes, we played some little spells in the second half, but it's still not good enough. And some of those players need to seriously look at themselves. Tommy Rowe, Joe Olowu, Matt Smith, and to an extent, Jonathan Mitchell. The only 4 players I have any kind of feeling of when they say, keep your head up. Rest of them, don't even think about raising your head after that performance. Rest of them, hang your heads in shame, because that wasn't good enough. Substitutes, again, barely made an impact apart from Matt Smith. Apart from him. Jackson came off because of the injury. I hope he's alright. There was a clash of heads. Couldn't shake it off. Had to come off. And as soon as Matt Smith came on, yes, as overall we couldn't change the game, but he did his job. His work rate again was phenomenal. He was putting in 7, 8 out of 10 performances in terms of work rate, possibly even 9s and 10s, in a team where we usually have 2s and 3s out of 10 for work rate. Matt Smith has been the hardest working player this season by a million miles. And deep down we know he's going to go to an even better club next season, whether it's staying at Arsenal and developing there or going somewhere else. We all know Matt Smith's going to go to a different club if we can't sign him up, because he deserves it. He's a good player. But we can't hang on to them because we're in a poor position. And I think that game was a huge reality check for a lot of people to say, oh my God, we're actually going to get relegated. There was a bit of hope under McSheffrey, but now we are actually going to get relegated. And why in the bloody hell are we playing a back 3, a 5 at the back, against Gillingham? Why are we playing 5 at the back against Gillingham? Why? You might as well just said, gift Gillingham 3 points. You might as well say, gift us a boring game of football. Because if you sit back against a team that nicks a goal early and sits back, you are asking for trouble. That, right there, having 5 at the back against a 5 at the back team, for me, it's... What do you put that down to? Do you put it down to the inexperience of Gary McSheffrey? Do you put it down to just player performances? I put it down to player performances 100%. But there are some things that McSheffrey has to answer for. Matt Smith not starting the match. Someone comment down below as to why that didn't happen. You know, I was watching the League One review stream on 18 Dapper's channel. Lizzie questioned why Matt Smith wasn't starting. I'm questioning why Matt Smith wasn't starting. You know, why? Why? Matt Smith's the only midfielder at the moment that's making some kind of difference. So why is he not starting? Is it work? Is it fitness? Is it something to do with the shape of the team? Is it... Someone tell me what it is. I don't know. You don't know. We don't know. And what's going to happen now? We've still got the 4-point gap. Fleetwood... Next weekend, I won't be at Fleetwood, unfortunately. I'm going to be at the Alton Towers opening weekend to do coverage for Coast to Shell, my second channel, which is linked in the description down below of all the videos. So I'll be watching that game back the next day, so the day after the game. I'll be watching that game back on the replay on iFella and reviewing that game there on the Sunday. And then after that, we've got Charlton and Wycombe. Now, Fleetwood are on a bad run of form. They almost got the win against Burton, but Burton snatched it 3-2. Fleetwood are on a bad run of form, and it's not looking good for them. Charlton have been on a horrible run of form lately. And then we've got Wycombe, who just this weekend drew with Rotherham, and they're looking good for a top 6 finish. So we've got a tough task in Wycombe, but Charlton on a bad run of form, Fleetwood in a bad run of form. They are there for the taking. But will we actually take the game to them, or will we sit back, play crap football, and just coast through, go through the motions like we don't give a flying one? Because if those players turn up in those 2 or 3 games, even against the team that's near the top, is in the top 6, even against Wycombe, if we turn up like we don't give a damn, going through the motions, get a wage check at the end of the season, and just play like we're already relegated, you might as well stick a big fat R against our name. And I can see that Gary McSheffrey feels it. I can see that he feels it. I can see Frank Sinclair feels it. I feel so sorry for Gary McSheffrey and Frank Sinclair. And there'll be people commenting down below now saying, why are you feeling sorry for them? They're inexperienced, they've got no tactics, why are you feeling sorry for them? The reason why I feel sorry for them is because they've been put in this position. They've been thrown into this position. Do I think Gary McSheffrey and Frank Sinclair long-term will be great managers and coaches? Absolutely. But I'll go back to my original point when we appointed Gary McSheffrey. Do I think it was the right time to bring in Gary McSheffrey? They offered some hope. I won't deny it. The point tally doesn't lie. They offered some hope. We were 11 points off safety around Christmas. They were appointed. Couple of months down the line, it's 4 points from safety. Yes, it's winless in 3. That's a bad run. It needs to end as soon as possible if we're going to have a slight chance of survival. But to go from 11 points to 4 points when it looked like we were dead and buried in January, December even, I give Gary McSheffrey my thanks. And if Gary McSheffrey is not manager next season, he goes with my best wishes for giving us even the tiniest bit of hope. If we go down, realistically, let's look at it this way. The damage was done 6 months ago. So it was probably coming. If we stay up, miraculously, like I said before, it'll be more of a legend than he already is, and Frank Sinclair will already put his name in Doncaster folklore as a legend for keeping us up in the most impossible of circumstances, or helping to keep us up. But it's all in these next couple of games now. Do we go out playing like a team that's already relegated, or do we actually go out with a bit of fight and a bit of passion? Speaking to Tommy Rowe after the match before the Bells game kicked off in the doubleheader, he wants to stay up. He wants this more than anything. He wants us to succeed. He came back because he loves Doncaster Rovers. He came back because he loves the club. I can see that in his eyes. But if he wants it, but a couple of other people want it and no one else, where's the chemistry? We're playing like individuals, not as a team. So it's only going to get worse. There we are, guys. Thank you very, very much for watching this video. Make sure you do like, comment, subscribe. And for now, I'm the CHALL, your Doncaster Rovers fan. Goodbye.
Right foot to Coffin.